We've been trying to get him for so many months, and he's such a busy guy, and finally he has agreed to stop by. He is being pulled in so many different directions, but I do believe he is here, the one and only Dillon Danis, the bad boy of BJJ, the bad boy of MMA. There he is.
You gotta get the chair, hold on.
Yes, here's the chair.
Thank you.
As he walks in.
Appreciate it.
My man, how are you?
Good to see you. Good?
Wow.
This is a
Dillon
beautiful
Danis.
set.
What do you think?
Man, it's really cool.
You like it?
I was gonna say this before I came, but like growing up in MMA, like this is the only show in MMA.
Oh, I appreciate that.
So that's all I watch. It's like pretty cool to be here.
New studio too.
Yeah, it's nice, man. That's fucking sick shit. Man,
That photo right there, that's my favorite photo in MMA
I'm
history.
a big fan of Mayhem, actually.
Mayhem's
I like
the
Mayhem.
man.
He's the man. He messages me sometimes and like gives me advice and stuff. He's pretty cool.
What do you mean?
On Facebook and stuff. He's a good guy.
He sends you advice?
Yeah, like we just talk. I think before the Jake fight, he was kind of like backing me up too on Twitter and stuff. I was like, that's pretty badass.
He has a history with Jake, of course.
Yeah, he's a legend. I think he's like a legendary fighter. I really like him, man. He fought everybody. He fought in every organization.
Yep. That's when he fought Sakuraba. He's bowing over him.
It's crazy, huh? Sakuraba was a little bit not the same, but it was kind of sad to watch that. But I mean, that's a big win for Mayhem. There's a lot of cool things there. The Conor picture. That's
like
legendary.
That one, huh?
That's the best one you got there. Was that Mike Tyson and then Bellator?
Soon you will be on this wall.
I'm telling you, this is the only show in MMA that really matters.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's very. I even got a follow from you today on Twitter.
I don't give them out easy,
10
though.
people.
I don't give them out
10
easy.
people.
9, and now it's 10.
Yeah, I know. I'm the 10th. Wow.
There's only one guy.
I feel like you used to follow more and then you pulled back a little bit.
I don't think
No,
so,
you were always very selective.
I don't really use Twitter too much. I'm more of an Instagram guy.
Really?
I feel like Twitter's kind of dead.
Now what? Dead? Really?
Yeah.
We're live on Twitter here on this show. You know that, right? The only MMA show on Twitter. Hundreds
Maybe we'll
of
bring it
thousands.
back now then.
Yeah, that's right. Why the sunglasses indoors? Is your future so bright that you have to wear the sunglasses?
I just like to wear sunglasses. It just looks good. It feels good.
Okay.
There's no reason for it.
Where are you coming?
It was hot outside.
Yeah. Where are you coming from?
I live in Chelsea, so I was coming from Chelsea.
Oh, okay. You weren't training or anything?
This morning a little bit, but not too much. I kind of been a little banged up, so I just kind of take it easy.
What's wrong?
How my body feels. Just kind of stuff I don't want to talk about.
Okay,
A lot of injuries.
All right.
But I'm all right.
You're right?
Yeah, we'll make it through.
We were just talking to Gunnar Nelson.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that.
Crazy enough, I actually never met him.
You never met him?
Never met him.
Wow.
Never even talked to him. I don't know if I never talked to him.
Your paths just never
I hear
crossed.
very good stories about him. Like everybody in Ireland literally says he's like the man. He's so good and he's like awesome. So I always wanted to meet him. Conor said that me and him would get along.
Yeah, I would imagine. I would love to see you guys train.
That's what everybody says. Everybody's like, "Oh, we got to put that on pay-per-view YouTube training." That'd be awesome. I respect him a lot. He's an amazing fighter.
Well, I don't mean you guys. Oh, training. I don't mean fighting. Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Right. Yeah.
He's one of the best jiu-jitsu guys in MMA, and he was one of the best competitors when he was competing in his day. So I think that would be awesome training.
If I was a fighter and said I wanted to, have you help me train for a fight, are you exclusive to SBG?
It wasn't even like that. It was just like, that just kind of happened in the moment. And honestly, I really want to go and train at a different gym or something like that. But Conor was my idol, I looked up to Conor. We had a lot of the same mindsets, and I knew it would be good for me to go over there and train with him. And then it just honestly, like, a lot of people go to train with Conor, but it has to be organic. It has to be, that relationship literally just happened organically. That was it, like, a lot of people had come and gone from his camp, but that just happened organically. We became good friends. Like, we had the same mindset and stuff, and we just became really good friends. I don't really go to different camps and stuff like that. That just kind of happened.
Okay, that wasn't something you were interested in doing.
I have been asked to go to different camps. Like Damian Maia wanted me to help him, and some other guys. But it's just like, it was never the right time. I need to focus on myself, But in this situation, I thought it was cool to go train with Conor McGregor. Man, he's the man, and ended up working out for me because we became really good friends, and it's a relationship that I really.
Did he reach out to you personally?
It wasn't really that he reached out. It was just like we kind of were friends, We were kind of talking, and then it would be like, "Hey, you want to train?" And then he would message me, I would message him, and then the timing wasn't right a couple times, and then it just ended up happening perfectly. So it was kind of like that.
And what role are you playing in the Mayweather fight preparation? Where does the ground guy fit in?
I don't know. I guess it's motivational.
Motivational.
Motivational. I think it's awesome, like, to watch and observe, And I think I'm just a student of martial arts, so just watching him train straight boxing and. Man, I'm telling you, he's going to really knock him out. Like, I really think it's going to be a bad mismatch. I swear to God. Like, I feel like if you look at Mayweather, he's kind of like not, like, he's in the strip club every night. He's like at basketball games. He's doing all this stuff. He's not really focused, man. A lot of people don't understand about Conor. Like, he takes notes after every training session. He goes home and watches the tape with his coaches, takes notes, and literally, like, it's different for him. See, like, for Mayweather, this is a sport. For us, this is a lifestyle. Mayweather's not a martial artist. So Conor is a different level than him, and he doesn't understand what he's getting himself into. This is a man that's willing to die in there. And I don't know what Mayweather is. So he hasn't seen this shit. You know, he's been on that side of stuff. Martial arts and MMA and any jiu-jitsu, any sport, that's a different lifestyle. You got guys who are willing to die for what they believe in, and I don't know if he's ready for that. I'm telling you that he's going to be in for a rude awakening. I swear. I really believe that Conor's going to knock him out.
Speaking of rude awakenings, I feel like I was talking about this with Chael Sonnen earlier. I feel like the fight kind of starts tomorrow. I feel like Floyd has never met anyone like Conor. So at this press conference and this tour, I mean, I feel like he's kind of going to be surprised by the reaction of the people, because I think the people will be on Conor's side. 100%. I'm actually kind of surprised that he agreed to do this tour.
Yeah, and apparently he didn't want to go to Ireland. That's what I'm hearing. He didn't want to go that side. So, man, he doesn't understand that Conor lives for these kind of moments.
Yes, and
like,
now the story about the taxes. You see this story about the taxes?
He's going to rip him apart. And the thing about Floyd is that no one's really like kind of got at him and shit talking and stuff like that. You see guys are kind of scared of him, or they, you know, but Conor's like a different level in that he's going to rip him apart. It's going to be hilarious.
They're coming to Brooklyn. Will you catch up with them?
Yeah. I talked to Conor already. I think I'm going to meet them out there. I don't know how long he's coming for, but we're always in contact. You know, it'll be cool to see him. I haven't seen him in a while, so it'll be awesome.
Okay, we have a lot to talk to you about here.
Yeah.
There's so much going on. Okay, first things first. Every time that, you know, you were on the show a couple of months ago, you signed with Bellator, and that was exciting. But since then, I'm getting the impression that there are some people who believe you are not going to fight, that you're doing this for attention.
Nah.
What's the story?
That's the thing about a lot of people. They don't understand that there's nothing fake about this. Like, I trained my whole life. I literally know everything about MMA. I've been studying it since I was like a little kid. Like, I know, like, I'm gonna get every single person that's saying my name. I swear, like, I see it all the time. Even when I go to the fights, they're all like calling me out and like looking at me. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna fuck all of you up. He's like, just wait, you know. And I saw Cub Swanson took a shot at me yesterday. It's like,
really? What'd he say?
He called me a poser or anything. On like, he went
Where?
on my Instagram and said that. Like, it's crazy.
Went on your Instagram?
Yeah. How crazy is that? Man, these guys need me to make a name for themselves. It's crazy. Like, and like, I don't know. They're all just jealous. I feel like they're all just mad because I'm getting a spotlight or something like that. I don't know. It's crazy, but if he wants it, he can get it too. I swear to God. I mean, I would submit him easy though. That would be like not even a contest. But I really feel like they're all just kind of nipping at me, but they're all gonna see.
Yeah, you were in Chicago when you kind of came out for your unveiling in Chicago.
But that was the thing when I signed with them. I said after ADCC I'm gonna make the debut. So it wasn't like this is like some crazy thing to them or anybody else. But the way I kind of seeing things now is like you can't listen to the outside. You know, you got to only focus on you and focus on the people that you have around you. So whatever my team says is what I listen to. Like all the other shit, like who cares about them? Like I would never go on someone else's like whatever and go like talk about them. Like
sure,
I'm that what Conor and Kavanaugh say is like winners focus on winning and like losers focus on winners is it's 100% true. I'm always focusing on what I have and everybody else is focusing on like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's crazy. So I mean, it's not a bad thing though. Like, I mean, I would look up to me too, so it is what it is, you know.
So as things stand today, July 10th, when do you think you will debut?
So I got invited to ADCC, which is one of the biggest in our sport.
Of course. When is that? September?
September 26th.
Okay.
And then after that, I'm going to go full in the MMA. That was the whole thing when I signed with them. I said that.
They know this.
Yeah, they know this.
So they're not knocking on your door. No. Okay, they're giving you space.
They know this too. Okay. So it was like I don't know what everybody's like kind of complaining about like. ADCC is a great tournament too. You get to watch me in there. And I'm the only person that anybody cares about in jiu-jitsu anyway. So it's like if I leave jiu-jitsu, I feel bad for the jiu-jitsu people. And then so it's like I'm in between.
Sure.
You know, I'm like I don't know if I want to leave.
You don't want to turn your back on them.
Yeah, because like jiu-jitsu is what I love. That's what I've been doing since I was a kid, and like that's me. I'm jiu-jitsu, and I'm going to represent jiu-jitsu and MMA. So I don't know. It's hard feeling because I love both. You know, and jiu-jitsu is my passion.
So let us address the elephant in the room. There were some reports that came out that you were kicked off Marcelo Garcia's team. That's who was your coach for many years. You received all your belts from him. I mean, you are a product of Marcelo Garcia here in New York, not that far from here. Is that true? And if so, what happened?
Yeah, I mean, the wording is a little bit. It was more of a suspension, but I mean, at this time, I don't feel like I'm going back. So it might be like I got kicked out. But
why were you suspended?
It wasn't like one thing. Like this didn't just happen. Since I was been with Marcel, we had like a couple riffs, and like he's very. I love Marcel to death, and I would never say anything bad about him. Like I still love him. It was like my dad. You know, he was like my coach, and it's hard to talk about for me. Like I had a lot of nights where I cried. You know, that was my guy. You know, like he was my coach and everything. So it's hard for me to talk about. But we had like a lot of differences because he really wants you to be like him. He wants you to be exactly like him, and he wants you to, you know, always be smiling and do this stuff. And like, yeah, it's understandable, you know, but like at the end of the day, if everybody acts the same, there's no one ever is going to be different. And he makes the guys on his team kind of be like that, where they're all like, yes, men. And like, the thing about jiu-jitsu is like, this is a big thing in jiu-jitsu. A lot of these guys that come up to you like, oh, and they'll bow and all this, and then behind their back they're like talking about doing this, doing that. It's like, come on, dude, like you just be real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm real. I don't hide it. I'm not gonna go to someone and be like, oh, bro, like, you know, like, I mean, it's like a fake kind of environment. It's very big in jiu-jitsu. It's very big. There are guys that are like doing crazy things behind the scenes, and then they'll come up to you and like talking about like this and that. Like, I respect this woman. I respect. It's like, come on, dude. Like, you're lying, you know? And Marcelo is, I'm not saying that's about Marcelo, but Marcelo like wants us to be like that. And you know, you can't change someone, you know? Like, you can't make me be the way you are. And it's not saying that he's bad. He is who he is. Marcelo made a name out of himself for being that nice guy who he is. But just because I act the way I am doesn't mean I'm not a nice person in the gym. And like, ask anybody that's ever trained with me, anybody that's ever met me, I'm one of the nicest, most respectful in the gym and outside the gym. So like, that wasn't the issue. It was just that on social media, he didn't like that stuff. You know, that's not him and stuff like that. And it was just like, it kind of added up. You know, one time we were supposed to get our black belts, and like no one knows about this. This happened like way before even any happened. And something happened in my life, and I took a picture with the finger. And then he suspended me for 6 months, like when I getting my black belt, just for a picture with the finger.
Wow.
So like, there's a lot of things that people don't know about that. You know, like, it's not cool. Like, the things that he did too. There's like two sides to every story. I know Marcelo's like this legend and stuff, but they try to put me down like, oh, Dillon's this asshole, Dillon's this, but they don't know anything about what happened. You know, they don't know the way he was treating us. They don't know about the way he was making us try to be like him. You know, so
was he mistreating you?
No, he never mistreated me. But like, you can't, like, you know, just because someone's different, you can't tell them, hey, you're a rebel, you're an asshole because you're not acting, smiling, and you're not bowing, and like, you know, like, and stuff like that. And it's just the way I am, like, you know, and when I compete, I was always the guy who was in the face, like, I would push people and stuff, and he was, like, not about it, but, like, I'm in competition, that's just how I am, and like, me and him had a lot of risks, but I love the guy, honestly, and I never was disloyal to him, I never did anything bad to him, I never, like, did anything wrong to him, there was nothing, you can even ask him, there was nothing that was ever bad to him, it was just the way that he didn't like me on social media, he didn't like the way I was acting, the way I wear sunglasses and stuff like that, but, like, at the end of the day, like, if I was his son, you're not going to kick me out, you know? He used to call me, I was like his son, and I kind of feel like he abandoned me a little bit, you know? You can't just, like, do that, you know? Like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of coaches that had, like, maybe, like, Mike Tyson's coach, Gus, or something, like, you know, there's a lot of rifts in the road.
Sure.
And you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, what I wanted was someone that would have my back no matter what. Like, he'll always be there for me, and I kind of hurt that to see that he wasn't, you know? Like, all this other bullshit in the world of people talking shit about me, and you know, you always have your coach, he's has your back. And I feel like he didn't have that for me. And the craziest thing about all this is that during this whole thing that went on, it was like Conor was like there for me, you know, and like there was a lot of people that said they were my friends and they weren't, you know. Obviously I had one of my best friends, Munch, who was always with me, but Conor was always texting me, making sure I'm training, making sure what's going on, and like no one else, you know. Marcelo never even texted me, nothing, are you okay? He left me 2 weeks before my biggest fight of my career with Jake and then the Worlds, you know, it's like.
So what happened? What was the final straw? He calls you up, you do so. What happened?
It was a meeting where we talked and
he brought you in?
We discussed it. I mean, we had a lot of meetings. Like, there's a lot of things that he doesn't like, and he, you know, we always were kind of like nipping at each other's toes. Like, I don't know. He was just always kind of like on me about stuff.
But for him, why was he bringing you in this time to say you're suspended? Did you do something or say something that he didn't like?
No, just social media
or was it build
stuff.
up? Okay.
I mean, there was like, there's like everything, you know.
You explained to him like, here I am promoting myself. Look at the headlines.
I said that, and he was like, it's not about the money. I was like, yeah, but it's not about the money. But I was like, the money you need to live. I need to live.
Yeah. You live in New York City.
And it's not about that too. It's like at the end of the day, like, we've been fighting about. It's not like I just changed. Trust me, me and him have been fighting about this forever. You know, like about me being the way I am, and he wants me to be a certain way. And there's nothing wrong with being like a certain way if you have the right morals. And like, I'm a martial artist at the end of the day. In the gym, I'm super respectful to everybody. You know, like that's what should matter at the end of the day. You know, that what happens in the gym should matter. All this other stuff is not what, you know, that's not, you know, that's other stuff. You know, like what happens in the gym, if you're respectful and you treat your training partners like family, and you know, those guys are my brothers at the end of the day. And it's sad to see that like none of them stuck up for me.
None of them have reached out, said, I got your back, I'm sorry this happened.
I mean, like, yeah, but no, but you know, a lot of things too, a lot of them depend on him for a living, so they can't go against them. Which is kind of upsetting for me because, man, I swear to God, if they kicked out one of my best friends, I would be right there for him, be like, man, that's not cool. You know, or that's not, you know, and nothing against Marcelo, like, hey, that's his gym, he could do whatever he wants, you know, but don't make me. You know, it's funny, like, I was going to go away with Marcelo, like, whatever, shake hands, but then he put that video out, and then he sent it to all the media sources, which is kind of like, Like what? Like come on, man. Like I was just like I was like family to you. Like you're gonna do that to me and kind of make me look like the bad guy. We don't talk about all the good things that we had, all the good times or the good things I'd done for the gym.
Yeah, yeah.
So like it's kind of hurtful. Like I can go into hours of talking about this. It's really sad, honestly. Like I still love him. Like I just saw him at the Worlds. I told him I was like, man, like
what happened?
I just like went up to him and I was like, I still love you like my dad. And he just like thanks. And I was like,
that was it.
Yeah, and I was like, man, it's sad because like. Me and him lived next to each other at certain points. We were really close. We hang out all the time. Like, it hurts. It really does hurt. Like, it really does hurt.
Why? Do you have any idea why he made it public this time? Because you said he suspended you.
I think what he wanted to do was kind of disconnect me from his name, or I don't know. I don't know, honestly.
What was your reaction when you saw that video?
Oh, it hurt. I was so mad. Really? I was like, man, like, because like the way he makes it sound is like we like killed someone or something.
Sure.
It's like, okay, he doesn't like the way I act, but it's like he doesn't like the way I act outside of the gym.
Yeah.
It's like you can't control it for him or so. If I just walked around and smiled like you and don't talk and don't do anything, then everybody's just gonna be the same. You're never gonna have anybody different.
Sure.
Never gonna have someone that, and like, I understand it, I guess, but I mean, it hurt me, really. It really did hurt me. And you see who your true friends are at the end of the day, because I had a guy that was literally like my brother, like literally my best friend, brother, and he kind of, turned his back on me and my friend, and it's a fucked up game because it's funny the way they act in front of someone, and then, you know what I mean? It's like that kind of game in which I'm super against. If I'm talking to you here, I'm talking about you the same way in front of anybody. I hate people that are like talking to you, and then when someone else comes around, they change and they start talking shit about someone else. And you see that a lot, and the jiu-jitsu game is like that. Everybody likes to put on this fake act, and then they're different behind the doors. Just act who you are. You know what I mean? Then people will like you for who you are. So that's how I feel about it. It's a whole other interview about the whole jiu-jitsu and the whole scene. But yeah, I had nothing against Marcelo. I never say anything bad about him. That's not who I am.
In hindsight, do you look back and say, oh, maybe I should have done this or that differently? And the reason I ask that is, like, I'm reminded of, let's say, the Chicago Bulls in the 90s.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman was not Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen, but he was appreciated, right? Because he was different. He brought something to the table. Having different personalities isn't a bad thing.
But the thing with that, too, is like...
So do you think you offended him? Do you think... At
the end of the day, it doesn't bother me the way people think it bothers me because I was just acting me. If I was acting like a certain way and I was just like, and then I would kind of be like, oh, fuck, did I fuck up? I should have not said that. I shouldn't have. I honestly just acted the way I am. And like, I've always been like this as a kid. I was always a troublemaker. I had the most attention. Like, that's just how I am. I'm just who I am. I'm not going to change for someone and try to like mold myself into someone else, which I follow Marcelo's ways in jiu-jitsu, but I don't have to follow his way as a person.
Sure, right.
You know what I mean? And that's the only reason it doesn't bother me. Like, everybody's like, oh, you got kicked out, you got changed to go back. It's like, no, like, I'm just going to act who I am. And then if he doesn't like me for saying a couple things on Instagram, like, then I guess he doesn't like me, But
did he not like that you were with Conor and the team?
I mean, it was, I don't want to say anything with the personal conversations, but he respected Conor. I mean, he's very against like shit talking, and it might have been a little weird for him, but he's very against like anybody that talks crap and like and stuff like that. He hates it. There's a lot of crazy stories about me and him, but I don't know. I don't really want to go into them.
So when he says goodbye and you're suspended, like, what does he say? In 6 months you can come back, or is it indefinite?
He was like, go compete, go train different gyms, and then come back. But like,
you don't want to come back.
I feel like now when someone leaves you like that, I kind of let that sour taste in my mouth, And
like, how does this work? He's gonna call you up one day and say you're back.
The worst about him, like, he hasn't texted us, nothing. Like, how are you doing? Like,
yeah. And when you say us, you mean
my friend too. But I mean, like, he hasn't texted me. He hasn't texted him. So it's kind of hurtful. And I mean, at the end of the day, those feelings don't go away.
Sure.
All the years that we had together, everything. You can't say, hey, how's your training going? Are you doing okay? Or or maybe even, okay, I'm gonna suspend you, but let me do it after the Worlds, or let me do it after the biggest fight you have with Jake. You just leave me with no training. And now I'm even in the same situation because it's weird for me to go to different gyms because I don't like that. I like to be with my team. That's my team.
That's your home, right?
Yeah. So now it's like I have like no training really. Like I'm bouncing around different gyms.
Yeah. Where do you train? That was my next question.
Right now I'm at this gym called UND. It's in 37th Street in Real Santana. I actually competed against them, and now we're
So how does that work? You call him up and you're like, can I come?
Well, actually, we went to him. We said, hey, this is what happened. He goes, I want to talk to Marcelo first, make sure it's not serious or something. So he went and talked to Marcelo, and he said, we could train with him.
Huh.
So,
and what's it like? Do you feel weird there? Uncomfortable?
No, I don't. There are a lot of good guys there. The Mayweather brothers are there. It's just like, it's a weird situation because like I want to compete to somewhere, and I have to find the right spot for me, and it hasn't. I've been to Drysdale's. I went to Drysdale for Worlds because I knew him since I was a kid. It's just weird, It's weird from being with someone and then you go somewhere else and you're like, this is my team.
Did you consider leaving New York?
Yeah, kind of. We were in Vegas for a little bit, and then I'm all over the place right now. I still have my apartment. I signed the lease for my apartment right before this happened, so I'm like kind of like in a weird situation. Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's weird, man. I haven't really talked about it since. There's so many things.
Yeah, how come you haven't talked about it? I know
it's close to my heart.
Sure.
I didn't want to. I don't know. It's because it's like you could talk about it, but I don't want to say anything about Marcelo either. Because that's my coach, and I would never do that. I would never make a video and put that out there. So it's weird, Like, I don't want to bash the guy. He's a legend. He was my idol before I went to him, and then he ended up becoming my coach and like a dad figure for me. And he just needs to kind of get his stuff straight too. Like it's not just one sided. And anybody that knows me personally knows that. So.
Did you consider going to the Renzo Gracie gym?
Nah, fuck those guys. Well, I like Renzo, but fuck those guys that are in that gym. They're all a bunch of pussies.
Why?
But Renzo's a legend.
Yes.
He is a legend. Renzo and Danaher are good guys, but the other guys are all a bunch of pussies.
Why?
They're just, you
don't like them?
We have a big rivalry.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, but that fight's not happening, me and Gary. I don't think it's going to happen.
Why? Wait, that's Polaris, right?
Yeah,
August 15th or something?
I don't think that's going to happen because he's all talk. But he fights all these different weight classes. So what happened after the Jake fight? I took the fight at like 170. I was so mad. I was like, I'm gonna fight Gary, and then I didn't realize that ADCC right after, which is 88 kilos, which is 194. So my coach was saying we got to put weight on it. That's the biggest tournament of the year, and that Gary won't even budge and go to 180 for me to go down. Like he's just like being like a pussy. Like he talks his whole thing. I'll fight anybody, any weight. And then he's not fighting me at 180 when he's fought Vinny Magalhães and he's beaten Vinny Magalhães. He fought Polaris. Like it's like, come on, dude. I'll fight anybody. I'll fight him in the fucking street. I don't give a shit. Weight classes don't matter to me, and I already proved that. I fought anybody. When I fought Jake, there was no weight classes. Like that doesn't matter to me. 180 for God's sakes, he won't take. So I'm not gonna.
What was the original weight?
172. But I can make 172, but it's stupid for me to cut weight 2 months and then go. Yeah. I'd rather put muscle on. I mean, ADCC is way bigger than Gary. I mean, I'm helping him out, if anything. I mean, he has beat me, but at the end of the day, no one really cares about him anymore.
And you're talking about Gary Tonin, for those that don't know. And this is Polaris in the UK, and it was going to be on Fight Pass. Yeah. So right now it's dead?
I mean, at this moment, that's what I'm feeling like.
Wow.
But I mean, now he's probably like, I'll do it because, but like behind the scenes, it's like, come on, bro. Like we talked about this for like 2 months.
Really?
It's like.
Who represents you? Like who does your deals?
Me. Right now, yeah. But I'm trying, I might sign with Audi.
Okay.
So yeah, that's in that, yeah. But right now, it's just me, and that's how it's always been. And Marcelo's never actually like helped me with that either, He's just me, so.
Well, what does someone make for like an ADCC or, not an AC, a Polaris or a
The best one, the best paying one is Chael's actually. Chael actually takes a really good care of the fighters. And the thing with jiu-jitsu too, another thing is like a lot of these guys, they accept nothing. And then it kind of fucks everybody else.
Sure,
up.
Of course.
They'll take it. Okay, you want this fight? Oh, I'm gonna be on Flow Grappling. Okay, I'll take it. It's like, come on, you're gonna ruin it for everybody else.
Yes.
And that's one thing I've been trying to help the game with is trying to make the money higher.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So that's one thing that these jiu-jitsu guys need to understand. You can't be accepting free gis for this shit. You need to get if you wanna help the whole team, you gotta respect yourself and you gotta know what you're worth. Because at the end of the day, if you don't know what you're worth, these guys are going to take advantage of you. So,
do you get paid for ADCC?
If you win, I think it's like 40 Gs or something.
But nothing before?
Nothing before.
Wow, so you can make it to the finals and make nothing?
Yeah, nothing. Well, I think first, second, and third.
What about sponsors?
Yeah, you get sponsors.
Okay,
stuff. But
and that's up to you, right?
Yeah, but I mean, in jiu-jitsu, they're not kicking out cash like that.
Right.
That's another thing. I want to go to MMA even more because I love spending money. I love buying nice clothes. I love buying everything. So, I mean, I want to get that real money, like not this shit money. So
the Jake match happens just a few weeks after the Marcelo thing, and you lost that fight.
Like
it went into multiple overtimes and stuff. And then I saw.
Watch that fight, and I mean, tell me who's a better fighter. Come on.
I went on your Instagram after, and you were like, I see what everyone's saying. F all of you, I'll be back and things like that. But looking back, do you feel like it was a little too soon from like were you too kind of frazzled from the Marcelo thing?
No, I don't want to make excuses about it. I was in that fight, and Jake is really good. Let's be honest.
Sure.
He's a legend in jiu-jitsu and in MMA. It was a tough fight, and he just, he nudged me in that little system, in that little rule set. That
Sure.
Those guys, now his whole team is like all over. It's like, come on, dude. That's one little thing of jiu-jitsu, Like, if you watch the match, I had him in danger like multiple times. If there was a ref's decision, I would have killed him easily. So that rule set, I hate. I never did EBI in my life, but then you're kicking out a little bit of cash. I'm like, okay, I'll do this rule set. But like, if that was a Polaris rule set, like even they messaged me, I would have won easy. So Jake is really good though. I mean, he beat me. You know, like in that rule set, he beat me. And I underestimated that rule set. You know, I maybe didn't put too much time into it, but hats off to him because he's fucking tough. Because he ate some of those submissions that no one can eat. You know, he's super experienced too. Because there was a couple of times I had him in some deep spots, and he managed to squeeze out. You know, that's just experience. And I do have a lot of respect for Jake. He's a good guy.
What happened after? Like now, okay, so you left your team and you lose. Like, were you feeling really down? Was that a bad period in your life?
I mean, it's still kind of rough for me, but
okay, you're kind of coming out of the hole.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. It honestly does suck. I mean, I take this shit to heart. Like,
yeah,
it hurts me. It really does hurt me. And
how do we get you out of the hole?
I got to get back and start winning again.
That's it. That's the only remedy.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of these guys in jiu-jitsu too, they don't understand that. They give all these praise to these guys that do no-gi grappling, okay, Gary Tonin or Gordon or someone like that, but they're only doing what they're good at against guys that are not that good at it. I fight in the gi against guys that have been training in the gi since they're 10 years old in Brazil every single day, 4 times a day. I fight in no-gi against guys like Gary Tonin or something. I fight any rule set, EBI rule set, anything. I'm all over doing so it is a little bit tougher than just if I just trained a certain rule set. That's it. I train EBI rules, okay? I know how to do all I do is train on the back and the armbar position. I train that every day. And then I fight someone that's like, I take a great fighter and I pull him into my system. I'm not like that. I'd rather go in the gi and fight someone that they're what they're best at. They're pulling a bunch of gi guys into a no-gi match.
Sure.
And then they're like, oh, I beat this guy. It's like, come on, like you know what he's good at, you know? And that's one thing I always pride myself is that I do any rule set. I don't give a shit. I'll fight in the gi tomorrow. I'll fight in no-gi. So that's one thing that a lot of jiu-jitsu guys are messed up in the head. I think Eddie Bravo kind of brainwashes them or something. I love Eddie Bravo, but like, come on, dude. Those EBI tournaments are not that serious. There's no one really that good in it.
What does your lovely mother say about all of this funk that you're in? I know you're very close to her, right? Yeah,
she'll come grab me out of my apartment and slam me.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, I mean, she's like my number one supporter. So like, she's like has my back all the way, and she's always motivating me, sending me stuff. And you know, it is what it is. Like, it's kind of hard when you don't have, you know, a coach or something like that. You know,
sure.
But I mean, it is like I can feel
like
it.
a rudderless ship here, like you're trying to find your way.
No, I mean, I can handle it. Like,
okay,
I was built for this, you know. And since I was 15, I've been in the gym and always overcoming obstacles. So this is just another obstacle, and it is what it is. Everybody likes to put someone down, but I'll never do that. You know, like when I saw Aaron Pico fight, I fell for him. You know, I was like, that must be rough. You know, I would never put someone down for that. And in this game, you have ruthless people, but I'm too strong for that. I don't listen to any of that shit. I'm gonna overcome everything, and I'm gonna still get to where I said I was gonna get. And that's just the way it is, you know.
Where did you say that you were going to get to?
Be the champion.
Yeah.
Any organization, Bellator, UFC, anything. Everything I said, I mean. You know, and people don't understand that I really, this is my life and this is all I do. They might see me, oh, he dresses like that, and like, but this is martial arts is the way I go.
When you debut for Bellator, are you going to come back to BJJ or once you
Probably not. I mean, I do want to, but I feel like you should commit yourself to something. You see a lot of guys in MMA or jiu-jitsu, like they don't commit all the way, and that's kind of where the spot I am right now is where I need to find and I need to commit all the way. Because even when I'm doing jiu-jitsu, I'm thinking I have Bellator. So sometimes it fucks with my head, but you need to commit all the way to something, and you need to go all the way in. So I mean, obviously, I love jiu-jitsu. That'll be my passion, but if I'm gonna go to MMA, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be the fucking best. Like, I'm not gonna just be some other guy that's just hanging out and, you know, I want to kill them all. I swear.
Speaking of hanging out, I see you hanging out with Mia Kang all the time, training with her and stuff. Yeah. Are you her coach?
No,
what's going on?
No. Just a friend. She's a badass.
You guys were hanging out at MSG.
That was actually a coincidence.
Come on.
I swear to God.
Sitting right next to each other?
That's a coincidence. They gave me the ticket and it was like right there, and I was like, oh fuck. But I was
why fuck?
No, because I was just like, then this is gonna happen. But she's a badass. She's gonna be bigger than Ronda Rousey, man. Like,
you think so?
I think so. She works hard.
She's fighting in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah. She's in Thailand. Yeah, something crazy happened with her team where that girl she beat like asked for a rematch, and then in Thailand, if you don't accept the rematch, it's like disrespect to the gym.
Oh wow!
So she might have to like fight the girl right before she has the fight.
You're kidding?
Yeah, some crazy crap like that.
Wow.
But like I know like UFC and Bellator like fighting for her, like it's crazy. It's awesome for her.
From what I understand, there was a meeting recently. Yeah. Maybe another one.
Good for her. She's a badass, man. She's gonna kill it. Like.
But once she commits to MMA, will you be her BJJ coach? No. Why?
I'm not a women's coach. I gotta worry about myself.
You gotta worry about yourself.
I mean, I would probably train with her, be a training partner or something, maybe. But
so when you were on last time, you kind of insinuated that you were a thing, and then she came on and refuted that. So where are we at now after MSG and Instagram?
Sure, I'm young and having fun. I live a good life, I swear. Besides all the fighting stuff, I live a good life on the other side. So I don't know if I want to be too tied down right now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm having fun. I live in New York City. I'm traveling all over the place. You know, I wouldn't want to do that to someone like.
Wow, you don't want to break her heart, is what you're saying.
I mean, I do.
She's knocking at your door, but you're
no. She's the same way though. She's traveling. She's in Thailand. It's the same thing. You know, I have a lot of love for her though. I have her back, and I think she's awesome.
You think she'll do well in MMA?
I think so. I mean, if she puts the same dedication she has into modeling or into Muay Thai, then why not? You know.
How's her ground game? Because I see you guys training together.
Yeah, she came to the gym to watch and stuff. I haven't really like.
Oh, you didn't actually. Okay.
She has like a bunch of like high level jiu-jitsu guys like hitting her up like, oh, I'll be a coach, and I'm like,
yeah,
crazy.
Shocker, right?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you know how guys are, but I mean, she has a lot of high level people, and she has a good team around her. I think she'll be fine. Yeah.
Watch her go to Marcelo's.
That would be a crazy ending, huh? That she'd be Marcelo's new protege.
Yeah. And then he'll get mad at her because of her Instagram posts, and it'll be.
Hers aren't too bad, right? I don't know. I mean, be yourself. Like that's how I feel, and Marcelo doesn't like me for that. Like,
so as of right now, you think you're done? You'll never go back?
I don't think so. I mean, I would. Have you seen that? What's that movie with Roberto Duran? You see that new one?
Oh, the
Hands
new
of
one.
Stone.
Yes. I have not seen it. No, but I want to.
Well, there's like a part at the end where the coach kind of leaves him, and at the end he comes back at the big fight. He like walks out of the shadows. I was thinking like, man, maybe when I fight for the title one day, he'll like walk out of the shadows and be in my corner.
But then you'll say thanks, but no thanks.
Nah, I mean,
you'll always be loyal.
Yeah, I
respect that.
That's my guy. Yeah, he gave me my black belt, and you got to look out for the guys that look out for you, you know, and that's why I have a lot of loyalty for the people that looked out for me, you know, and he did, you know, coming up, so. I always look
Is the story, so you used to get into fights as a kid, right? Growing up in Jersey?
Yeah, it happened. Yeah, I got into a couple fights, and that's actually how I started training. Yeah.
So you weren't like what, around 15, 16 you were getting into fights? Prior to that, you had no martial arts background?
No.
Did you do any sport?
Yeah, like soccer, basketball, like every kid.
Yeah,
sport,
but nothing too serious.
Yeah, that was actually, nothing too serious.
And so who tells you maybe it's time that you try this out? Who introduces you?
That was because of the fight. So what happened was I got into the fight, and the kid was actually like seemingly popular for some reason. I don't know.
What was the fight about?
Oh no, it was like something they were in class, and I mean I was a smaller kid. I wasn't like, you know, and he was like, oh, I'll fuck you up, I'll make you bleed, or something. I don't remember, some crazy stuff like that. And I was like, oh yeah, like I'm not gonna back down, you know. He was like, after school, I was like, I have a movie, and I was like, all right, cool. So like I'm walking, and I had a best friend at the time. I mean, he's still one of my best friends, but he was a wrestler.
Okay.
And I called him, and I was like, dude, I've never been in a fight before. I was like, what the fuck do I do? I was like, I need your help. He was like, take him down and choke him. I was like, I don't know how to do that. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, just take him down. I was like, all right. So I'm like walking, and then like we go down this hill, and it's like a circle of kids. I swear to God, it was like high school.
Oh, wow.
And it was me and him in the middle, and like I was like, this is crazy, you know? And like people were coming out of the woods. It was like a huge circle. Everybody's recording with their phones. The fight was actually on YouTube for a little bit. It got taken down.
Wow.
How crazy was that?
So, some kid just recorded it?
Some kid. It was one of my friends. They got taken down for like inappropriate because it was like two kids fighting. So what happened was I took him down and I put on like a rear naked choke, and then like he tapped, you know, and everybody's like, what the fuck is that? Like this is not fighting.
He actually tapped?
Yeah, like he tapped, like, and then I let him go. And the first time I didn't throw any punches, like I like threw him. And like
and you had no background in that?
No, nothing. And
did you watch him?
It was like a natural it was like it probably covered his face.
Sure,
I was like just like choked him. And like so what happened was they where was I with the fight?
So you
I
tapped
him. So then they're like, that's not real fighting. They're like, we want you to throw hands. So like
rematch.
And I was like, no, oh fuck, I just tapped this kid, I gotta fight him again. So this time I took him down and I started punching him in the back of the head like hard. And I didn't realize that you shouldn't do that because you're gonna blow up your fucking hand.
Yeah.
I was like hitting him, and then I choked him, and then he tapped again. And I was like, this time I'm done. So I tried to leave, and like the older kids like took my book bag and they like, threw it in the mud. And they were like, no, like you're a bitch. Like, and I was like, fuck, and I just left, you know? And then my hands were all swollen. So I was like home, you know, and I was like feeling pretty cool. I was like, yeah, I won this fight. And then like back then MySpace was like the thing.
Okay.
And I was getting messages like, we're gonna kill you, like we're gonna find you and wait till you get alpha. Like so back in the day, like you had to use the walk, and then like the bus was like right here. They're like, we're gonna catch you before and jump you and kill you. And like they were saying like some crazy shit. And I was like, fuck, this is scary, you know? Like I don't want to get jumped.
Sure.
There was like fucking tens of messages.
Sure.
So I was like, I need to learn how to fight. So every day I would get out of school, they would wait for me and try to grab me before I got to the bus.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and like, I swear to God, this is like, I'm not exaggerating. Like I remember it vividly. And there's a teacher, actually, I'm pretty sure I can't talk about it, but they would try to grab me before I got onto the bus. And I was like, I can't deal with this every day. I'm not going to be scared for my life. Because there's like tens of kids. It wasn't just one kid either. It wasn't like one-on-one. So I was like, I'm gonna learn how to fight, and I ended up watching like a UFC. Like I think I bootlegged it on a fucking like on the computer, and it was St. Pierre Becerra, and he was taking him down. And I was like, oh,
the second one?
Yeah, the second one. And then I ended up seeing a magazine ad for jiu-jitsu. I was like, that's the same thing, and I went. I never stopped. In the beginning, I was doing Muay Thai too. And then I was like, the Muay Thai guy was a little bit weird. It was just like jab punch. And I was like, this is not really like jiu-jitsu seems more for me.
Sure.
I should have probably stuck with it now thinking about it. But then I just did jiu-jitsu for the rest of my life. And that was it. I never like really went out. I didn't really have any friends. I just trained all day, 3 times a day. I was a kid. Like there's stories like if you ask people from Jersey, like Jim Miller and those guys I used to train with, they'll tell you some crazy stories about me, man. Like a lot of guys used to try to hurt me and stuff. Because I got pretty good at a young age. And then people would try to like punch me and like, like
in the gym?
Yeah, like choke me and hold it.
Why?
Try to pull me out.
Jealous?
I guess like 16, 17 years old, you getting your ass kicked by him, and then
like a grown man is upset.
Yeah, and then man, it was like a lot. I used to skip school and go with the gym and all them to the city and train. Like I didn't even care about school. Honestly, I hated school. I just wanted to train all day. I used to have folders with the moves on it, and I would just stay in class and look at the moves.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was it the first time you walk into which gym was it? Where was
MMA
it?
Fight Club.
Oh, you walked into that one? You live next to them?
Nah, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Okay.
And my sister and my mom would drive me every day. So I mean, kudos to them.
Did you go because it was the Miller brothers?
No, honestly, it was a magazine ad. I was like, this is jiu-jitsu, and I just went there, and then ended up, I was doing jiu-jitsu in the beginning. I didn't really see Jimmy or them until later on, where I got really good for the jiu-jitsu. So like, it was a little bit of a hobbyist. So like, I got pretty good, and then I got pretty good for the jiu-jitsu team. And then there was guys in the class that I had friends with, and they were saying like, "Oh, Dillon goes too hard," or like there's stuff like that. And I was like, I just want to be the best. Like I keep going too hard. So then Mike Constantino was like, "Come to this class." It was wrestling, but strikes on the ground. Okay. So this is at a young age. I'm like learning. I'm just going to an MMA class and I'm wrestling. I'm punching on the ground, and like that's how I kind of met those guys. And then I kind of went into that side of it.
Okay.
But that was like the only reason I did that was because I wanted to get better jiu-jitsu guys. Because like Jimmy and those guys wouldn't do like the regular gi jiu-jitsu class. So then I would train with them. I would train with Charlie Brenneman, like all these guys.
Mickey Gall there?
Yeah, he was actually. We used to train to get him out. Yeah, I mean, he was a little bit younger, and I was younger too.
Okay.
He was kind of on and off though. He wasn't like one of the staples at the gym.
Okay.
But I trained with Jimmy Hedis a lot of good guys. A lot of good guys that it was a good room to be in because they have a great mindset. Those guys, and they're older, and they taught me the ways of fighting. And all those guys are fucking tough motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like Charlie Brenneman, Jimmy, Danny, like they're all tough motherfuckers. Yes. But they're not anything. So they're the tough. So like they taught me how to be tough. And I always appreciated that. And I think that's why I am now who I am, because I came up in that Jersey room. Like, man, Jersey dudes are the toughest dudes in the world, I feel like.
And so when do you decide to leave to New York City? How old are you?
What happened was I was like 17, maybe like 18, 17, and the jiu-jitsu wasn't really for me. I mean, it was for me, but at the gym wasn't really like, people were kind of avoiding me.
Okay.
And if they rolled with me, they wouldn't really train or be like kind of like staying away. And I was like, it was getting boring for me, honestly. I was like, this is not fun. I was like, no one wants to roll with me. I'm just like, the whole time trying to grab the guy.
Yeah.
So then my coach was like, I don't know what to do. Kind of like, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go to Marcelo's like once a week or twice a week. So my mom got me like a train pass, and what I would do is I would go to school. I would get out at like 2. I would go to the train at 3, train 2 sessions at night at Marcelo's, or whatever classes he had, and then I would come back at 12 at night and go to school.
Damn.
And by myself, I was like 17 going into the city. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, it didn't feel anything because that's what I wanted. I wanted to be the best. And I would do every class at anime, and sometimes it wasn't for, I needed more. So I would go on and off to Marcelo since I was a little kid, like a blue belt, I think. So 2 times a week, 3 times a week. And then eventually, I kind of stopped for a little bit because it was getting rough. And then I came back in 19.
Rough in terms of just too much?
Traveling. It's just every day you're going there and you're staying. And the worst part is that you would train, if you would train, you had to wait for the next class at night or something. I would just have to sit like Panera Bread by myself, and like, or my little brother would come me sometimes. So it would just kind of get a lot. But then I went to Marcelo's full time when I was 19.
You moved?
Yeah.
So did you graduate from high school? Mm-hmm. But you didn't go to college?
No college for me.
And was your family okay with that?
Yeah, I mean, but my mom supported me because she saw what I wanted. I always told her, like, at the end of the day, if I don't make it, I'll sleep in the gym and I'll do anything to make it to where I want to be, And that's one thing I know about myself, is that I can do what I want to do because I'm willing to do it. Like, I'm willing to fucking live on the mat, and I've done it before to get to where I want to be, and I just know what has to be done,
Well, why did it click, and how did it click? Like, you don't meet a lot of kids who say I want to be the best in jiu-jitsu because it's not on TV. Yeah. You can't buy the pay-per-view. It's like it's not probably basketball. How did it click for you?
I never actually thought about it, but probably in the beginning was like the feeling of, doing something, and then like in jiu-jitsu you can see everything. It's like, okay, one day you're getting tapped by that guy, and then the next maybe like a month or 2, then you tap that guy, and it's just a feeling that. It's just like, I don't know, it just gets you, And then you feel like you're getting better. You feel like you're learning new moves, and And it's just something about it, you know. And I was always a little bit mature for my age, and being with those guys or like, you know, adults, and it felt better than hanging out with the kids in my grade. Honestly, and it was kind of cool. I would just go there, you know. They were like talk to me about girls, and we just trained, and like it was just a good environment. I don't know. I fell in love with it. I used to like come to the class at 6, take a 6 to 7, do like a 7 to 7:30, and then a 7:30 to 8:30, and I would just stay all day there.
Wow.
Yeah. And when I first started, I couldn't do one push-up, not one push-up. That's how like weak I was.
How many can you do now?
I don't know, but I never counted. Probably like 200 now.
In one shot?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. But when I first started, man, like I was not very good.
Wow.
I never did anything like that before. Nothing like wrestling, nothing.
Did you think about going back now that you're sort of a free agent? Or
the AMA?
Yeah.
I think their team a little bit is nice because I actually do go back. Like I was there for a little bit in Jersey training after I first got out of Marcelo's. I went there. And this guy, Jonathan Helwani, he's an MMA fighter, was kind of like coaching me and stuff. I always have those friends there, and, you know, I'd like to keep a good relationship with all these guys, you know. Yeah, I like them, you know. I don't know if I would train there full time for like MMA, but I always have a good relationship with Mike Constantino and those guys.
And what did those kids do once you started training? Like, how did you get rid of those guys?
I just have to keep running to the buzz every day until eventually, like, until it was a good feeling though. Well, I joined the wrestling team. I was still doing. I started jiu-jitsu first, and then my teacher was the wrestling coach.
Okay.
And then my friend was a wrestler, so everybody was like telling me how to wrestle. So I started doing it. And like my sophomore year, one of the kids that tried to jump me was on the wrestling team, and we were partners. I beat the fucking shit out. I was like, motherfucker, you know. And it felt so good to me, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, this is awesome. I was scared of this kid. I was like, I can manhandle him so easy, you know. But at this time, I'm doing jiu-jitsu for a year, and I'm like, fuck, I was actually scared of this kid. Like he was trying to jump me, you know. Like I was like, fuck. And then I realized, like, you know, I'm a different animal. That's how, you know, you kind of start believing in yourself, small steps, you know, and that's it. I can't just click for me. I don't know.
And did they ever try, like, did you ever get into another fight, or was
in school sometimes, but then it started getting to the point where it was like, okay, I know this kid does jiu-jitsu. Let me see if I can beat him.
Oh.
You know, like, let me see if I can fight him. Like, is he that good? Like, you got a couple of idiots that are like, you know, and then I would just like half throw them and arm bar them. Couple of fights, like nothing too crazy. It would be easy for me. Because like when you know jiu-jitsu and someone doesn't know jiu-jitsu, it's too easy. It's like, it's not like, it's like playing with a baby. I swear to God, it's too easy. And like, I would just throw them and like try to get them an arm, but like, are you good? You know, like chill out, you know, or something like that. But
has anyone ever come up to you on the street now that you are who you are?
I honestly only get positive stuff.
Okay.
And I do get a lot. I do get recognized, but I mean, I only positive. I never had someone that was a hater.
Okay.
You know, like, it's crazy.
Only online.
Yeah, only online, but that's all fake shit. Like all those people are pussies in real life. You know.
Where does this come from?
This?
The new hair.
This is because there's a story behind it.
Okay.
So, in Brazil, when you go to the favela, like it's a big thing in jiu-jitsu. Like a lot of favela kids, they'll dye their hair blonde. You know, and like for the Worlds, I did it because like I'm really big into that kind of stuff, and I've been to the favelas before, and I'm very big into helping like stuff like that. And their passion kind of goes on to me, and like I kind of felt like I'm fighting for all of us because I feel like at the end of the day, no one really wants me to succeed, and no one really believes in me, and outside of my circle, you know, and probably they feel the same way, you know, like they probably feel like they're institutionalized, you know, and like no one believes in them. But you know, that's why I like to do it, and it looks good too, and girls like it. So
okay,
I feel like sometimes when I do this, I'm like kind of like them, you know, and I'm like, you know, we can do it. You know, you can do what you want to do.
So you've done this before, obviously.
Yeah, I have. I've done it for ADCC.
Yeah.
But I just kept it now because like.
So what do you usually do? Do you just let it grow out?
Or shave it out? No, the last one I did, it was only on the top.
Yeah.
But, like, there's a lot of crazy articles out there talking about why I did it, so I'm happy we cleared this up.
What are they saying?
I mean, you probably read them before, saying that I dyed it because Conor has blonde hair, and I'm like, this is the most ridiculous stuff. And there's like big websites like MMA. What's that one website with like they had the stupid articles, but they have a lot Bloody Elbow.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys don't.
Well, no. We're actually kind of.
Who's like he makes an article saying that I did my hair? Like that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Like I was slapped the guy.
Really, I've never seen that.
Yeah, like I don't know, whatever, fuck it. But that's why I do it. There's actually a meeting. Like people actually took the time to talk to me, and instead of just judging me right off the bat, then they would learn a lot about me.
So you must have incredibly thick skin.
Yeah, I mean,
have you always been that way, or did you have to learn that?
Yeah, I guess you just kind of and coming up like in Jersey, like you hear a lot of shit people talk about you. You know, like you kind of just Jersey's a tough place, so you kind of get thick skin.
Right.
Growing up, you know.
What's your background? Your nationality?
Half Armenian and half Honduran. Honduras and Armenia.
Which side's your? My
mom is from Honduras and my dad's Armenian.
Is your dad still around?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I haven't really talked to them.
They're not married?
No. Well, my mom's remarried, but my stepdad, they divorced when I was like 9, I think.
What happened to your paternal father?
He's not doing. He's just doing his own thing.
You don't speak to him, even as you've
he had some tough times. He used to work on Wall Street. He was actually in 9/11.
Wow.
Yeah, but he made it out, and like kind of after that, kind of messed up his life a little.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know where he is?
Yeah, I know where he is. He sends me some like stuff like about fighting and like being my coach and stuff. I mean, I still love him with my dad, but my mom was basically my mom and dad for growing up until she married my son.
So they were married in September 11th?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember him coming home and he had his whole body covered in ashes and everything. It was crazy.
How old were you?
I was in 4th grade or 5th grade.
So
I was
like
very
9
young, and it was very weird for me because I remember watching it on the TV, and then I remember him coming in, and it was like serious, and I was like, fuck. And at that time, he worked with his brother on Wall Street, and he couldn't find his brother, and like, but he ended up finding him. It was like scary, you know. And later on in my life, when I got older, he told me like, you know, he saw like people jumping and like arms flying, and it was some serious shit, you know. And it did fuck him up, but at the end of the day, you got to be able to persevere and kind of come over that stuff, but you can't let it affect you like the way it affected him, and it kind of ruined his family, you know. So I don't know, it's heavy shit to talk about.
Wow. And then your mom remarried.
Yeah. So when I was like 13, and then he was, you know, basically my father figure and stuff. I always had like, even the guy that brought me up to brown belt, I actually didn't get all my belts from Marcelo. Jamie Cruz, he's a black belt. Kind of was like, you know, I always had a lot of good dad figures in my life, the guys that kind of steered me in the right path. You know, I was lucky with that. So I always had guys that were always looking out for my back.
How many siblings do you have?
I have it's actually another crazy story. I have a sister.
Okay.
Oh, that's my real sister. And then I have a brother and another sister, but they're my cousins because their parents passed away and they ended up moving in with us.
Wow.
So it's like a crazy whole story. But I mean, that's my family.
Both parents passed away?
So my 2 dads married 2 sisters.
Wow.
Yeah. So
what do you mean your 2 dads?
So I'm sorry, my 2 dads. Sorry, my dad and his brother married 2 sisters.
Okay.
So they're kind of, you know, and the dad wasn't, both our dads were in our lives. And then when his mom passed, they moved into us.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
are you guys close?
Yeah. My that's like my best friend, you know.
Okay.
And same thing with my sister, you know. I'm very close with family, and I feel like in this kind of game where you hear all this crazy shit, you need to be close to the people that love you because that's who really matters. You know, if they're telling me something, then I'll listen to them. I'm not going to listen to some guy on Instagram.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And, yeah, I love my family. I love it the way it is, you know. I wouldn't change it.
Do your siblings compete?
No. He was playing basketball for a little bit. Now he wants to be a DJ. My sister played D1 soccer, actually.
Wow, where?
Iona College.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, New York State.
And then my other sister graduated from Penn State, but she doesn't do too much sports.
Oh, you have another sister?
That's the one.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so you have one actual sister.
And then she does art. She graduated from Penn State for art.
Okay.
Yeah, so crazy. I have a lot of crazy things in my life. That's why a lot of people like to judge me, but they don't understand what I've been through, you know? So, you know, fuck them all.
Do you, well, I was just going to ask, do you want people to understand you more? Do you want people to like you more? You really don't give a shit.
Because at the end of the day, I know who I am, and I know who the people that I love know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how it is, you know? So, I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to pay to watch me lose or win. You know, it's the same thing. You know, Conor always tells me, is like, let them hate and watch the money pile up. So that's what he always tells me, and that's how I feel. So fuck them all. Like, they're all going to hate either way. Even if I beat Jake in 10 seconds, they're all going to talk shit. So,
what about this Neiman Gracie?
Yeah.
You going to fight him? Do you know who he is now?
Well, yeah, he actually came and talked to me. He said,
he did?
Yeah, he came and talked
to
me.
Where? MSG?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, no hard feelings. He said, the media kind of starts this stuff. And, you know, I mean, that's one thing that I don't put nothing on nobody, you know. So if he came and talked to me, I'm not fighting him. You know, I don't have a problem with him. If he was fighting me, it'd be a different story. And that's one thing I talk about and I've always been about is like faking shit is it's not cool, you know. Sure. And Conor believes in that too. I think faking shit, if it's real, it's real. If I hate you, I'm gonna fight. It's it. But if I respect you, I'm gonna shake your hand and go on, you know. That's it. And I didn't even know the guy, and then he came and said that to me, and I was like, okay, I don't really have a problem with you. Like, you know, there was nothing for me. Maybe you had a problem with me, which most of the people in this game is that they have a problem with me, and I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, like he's a good kid. I guess he came. He was very respectful, and that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, we might scrap it later on, but
when do you think you will debut? Do you think in 2017?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I talked to Convenant about it a lot, and whenever they say I'm ready, you know, like I feel like I'm ready to kill.
Will that be your team?
I mean, I think so.
You'll go train there?
You never know. I haven't committed 100%, but I talk to those guys like on a daily basis.
Sure.
I love everybody over there, and I think it might. I think so. I think I'm ready right now. I really look at Damian Maia, what he's doing to those guys. He's not been throwing punches.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah, and I feel like I could do exactly the same thing or even better. So I'm gonna tap every single one of these guys. They don't know.
Your jiu-jitsu dream match. Is there one? One guy today?
I I fought the guy before, but I would like to fight. A lot of these guys, I would like to fight in like in no time. Like I'm very big on watching old videos, and I love those Gracie in action videos where you just go YouTube and then that's it until someone dies.
Yeah.
And I would love to do that with a lot of these guys in jiu-jitsu because like a lot of these guys just try to hold me out. They stall me out because I'm dangerous, you know. And they just try to hold me and they try to stall. But in the fight to the death, you can't do that. And there's a lot of guys that act like they're so tough, and it's like, okay, dude, you just held me for 10 minutes. Like if I can just go with no time with you, I'll fucking have it.
Yeah.
But a dream matchup, that's pretty tough. I fought the guy twice, but I would probably fight the Angel Lowe again. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's one of the best pound for pound.
So even you could pick Royce Gracie. You could pick
MMA, or are we talking jiu-jitsu?
No, jiu-jitsu. Like today, yesterday, you know.
Probably Buchecha or something like that. Rodolfo. There's so many names, you know.
Who do you think's the greatest of all time?
Marcelo.
Yeah.
All time or right now?
All time.
All time Marcelo, 100%.
Who's right now?
The Angel Lowe.
Okay.
Angel Lowe. And Marcelo was the best because he fought absolute. He didn't give a shit. You know, he did it, and he did it his own way. There's a lot of guys now, like Rafa Mendes, everybody talks about, but he never took a risk. You know what I mean? Like you gotta risk. Like he's amazing. He's one of the best. I train with him. He's fucking amazing. But to be the best, you have to go out of your comfort zone. You know, and that's the same thing Conor did. He went up and fought a belt where he could have just stayed and did the best of his way. And I feel like people appreciate that. You know, so if he went up and he fought absolute one time, or he went up another weight class, I feel like that would.
MMA dream fight? Is there a guy?
Ever?
No, not for MMA. Present.
Huh. Well, now I'm signed to Bellator, so I have to be careful with it.
Well, you know, you don't have to. People change. Like, you hear about Gegard Mousasi? Just happened.
I feel like Douglas Lima would be an easy fight for me.
Really?
But
Douglas
you
Lima,
see what Ben Askren did to him?
Yeah, I did.
mean, like, this is a different level.
Wow.
But that's not a dream fight. That's serious.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Dream fight. All time, can I go with like pride and shit? Because
go ahead.
That would be cool to fight someone like Mark Coleman in his prime, just because like to see what it would be like to fight someone like that, you know.
What about who's available now?
Who's available now?
Rory Mack?
That's like serious. That's not a dream. Like I don't really give a shit about him. It's not really like a dream matchup. He's not that like special.
Really?
Yeah, no. Dream matchup. I don't know. There's so many guys. I don't know. It'd be hard.
So you really think
cool.
you're in there with Douglas Lima? It's an easy fight. It's a one-sided fight.
And you look at it. He doesn't have any grappling. He doesn't have. You know, if I get him down, he's fucked.
Yeah.
And that's a whole. I feel like if I get him down, he's done. You know, and I seen it in.
What if you can't get him down?
But I'm gonna get him down. Okay. I'm gonna get hold of him down.
Damn. So you don't want the slow track.
I mean, we'll
get in there.
Fuck it, I'll take any. We can build me up, or you can't. I'm only 23, so why not build me up?
Sure.
But that's how I feel about those matchups. I really, and like when I call these people out, like John Jones, I would kill John Jones in a jiu-jitsu match. That's 100%. Anybody you ask, it's an easy fight. I don't know why these people are going crazy about it. Like, if I fought John Jones in jiu-jitsu, it would be easy.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, he doesn't know what he's doing, but it's a different level.
He's a white belt,
I fight about but no gi. Come on.
Yeah. All right.
I fight against the best guys in the world in jiu-jitsu. That's an easy match for me. I don't know. And I called out the best. I called out Amir Khan. I called out John Jones. And they both said no. So what do you guys want me like? Okay.
You wanted to fight Amir Khan. You said on the undercard.
He said no though. So
did he actually say no?
He posted that thing like talking to someone. He said no in like code.
Okay.
But like all these guys say no to me, so like, what do I want? I'm gonna call out the bums. Like I'm trying to go for the best, and now they're like saying no.
I respect that.
So I had John Jones and him say no to me. So, I think the real fight for Amir Khan would be to fight Artem on the undercard. Imagine that.
Wow.
That would be cool. Huh?
That would be amazing.
He said no to me, so I think he should fight Artem. Artem would knock him out.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I don't know who to call anymore. Everybody can say no. So I'm just gonna kind of like
I respect
that
for
a little bit.
I have to say I really enjoyed having you in here and getting to learn more about you.
That's what I like. I like this, just talking. And I mean, you're the best in this, so that's why I waited to talk about all this stuff with you.
I had to ask you like 1,000 times.
No, come on.
One time, yes, you're in, you're out, you're going.
After Worlds, I went on a little bit of a.
Yeah, you kind of went off the grid.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun in LA, man. Oh, it was fun. I have a lot of cool parties and stuff. It was a lot of fun.
Cool parties. I'd like to go to some of those. I'm actually going to LA tonight.
Really?
I'm going to the tour.
Oh, you're going to the tour?
Yeah. I'm going LA, Toronto, and New York. No London.
LA, man, it's crazy. The women are crazy too.
They are. I wouldn't know. But so I hear. I have 3 kids, you know.
Yeah. If you ever come to LA, you can watch from the outside then. I'll do everything.
That's right. I'll get my hair.
We'll get you blonde and everything.
Remember that time? I think we talked about it last time. And by the way, No, it's your birthday next month.
Huh?
Your birthday next month, right?
Yeah.
You know how I remember?
Huh?
Because you were on after 202 and your phone died.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? The first time you were going to be on, I was
Vegas
like,
will kill you, man.
this guy.
Kill my phone when they get me up.
I know. I was like, this guy's going to stand me up on his first time. But no, I saw you and Kanye West backstage. That was amazing.
The other night, I don't know if I should talk about this stuff, but there's a lot of cool people meeting around here.
What do you got?
The other night we went out and Leo DiCaprio was there. I thought that was pretty cool.
Wow. Did you talk to him?
Yeah, a little bit, but like, I'm not like
love that guy.
Yeah, he's badass. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Best.
He's Romeo,
Did he have like 9 girls around him?
Yeah,
he's always got so many girls on the boats.
Yeah, he can do it. He's a legend.
Yeah, he is a legend.
It's cool, man. But you can't get caught up in that stuff.
Sure.
You got to make sure you stay focused to the real goal, which is martial arts. I mean, that stuff is fun after you compete and you go out, But you can't let that stuff consume you. You gotta stay focused on the track, and the track is to be the best. So that's all that matters.
So next up, it's August 15th. Maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, fuck that motherfucker. Like, I don't really care if he wants to accept it or not. But
what if they give you another fight?
They don't want to because like they're
That's
probably
the one?
Yeah, they're just like.
So if that doesn't happen, you're just gonna wait for.
I'll just do ADCC and then fight MMA. I mean.
But for money, is that okay for you?
Yeah,
You're okay.
I'm living good.
You're straight.
Yeah, I'm living good. I live a good life.
Did you get a signing bonus from Bellator? Or did you have to fight?
Am I allowed to talk about that?
I don't know. You said last time you were the highest paid guy. You pissed off everyone. Michael Chandler was pissed off.
Yeah, but Michael Chandler is a turd. I mean, I saw him in the strip for the New York City thing. He just like put his head down and then like.
Really?
That fight though, I will give him his respect. That motherfucker's tough.
Yeah.
But he like acts like, oh, cut it off. But did he fight? Who's the guy? Will Brooks?
Yeah.
He fought Will Brooks and he was getting hit and he told the guy to stop. You remember that?
I don't
he
know.
was like, stop. And then they stopped the fight because they told him to stop the fight from getting hit. So it's like, how tough are you though? It's like, I don't know. But I do give the respect to him, man.
Okay.
Fucking one leg.
He was mad about your comments.
What was he going to do about it, though? So, like,
you actually saw him and there were no words?
I mean, no. But for me, I'm not saying anything about him. He's talking about me. And then you see me and then you're just like, so it's like, I don't understand it. So it's like, don't talk shit about me if in person you're not going to say it into my face.
Right.
That's one thing I learned as a little kid. If you're going to say something about someone, say it to their face, too.
Sure.
If you're and it's just you two.
Yeah.
But, kudos to him, man. He fought with a fucking broken foot or whatever it was. That motherfucker was just flailing hands. I was like, that's pretty cool.
But did you get a signing bonus?
No.
They took care. No.
Because there's so much money that they're just. But I mean, like these fighters, even what I got paid for Bellator, there's a lot of sponsors. There's a lot of stuff behind it. So
yeah, it's all coming together.
So they're not gonna know, so it doesn't matter.
All right. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. This has been great.
This is awesome, man.
Dillon Danis on Instagram, one word, right?
Oh, are we cut off or we're talking?
No.
How come? Because like you're the best show in MMA. How come they don't have you on like TV, like full on? Like you should be the guy. I agree with you. I'm being serious. Like I don't really know.
I don't know.
Is there a reason? Like,
well, I was on Fox.
Yeah, you're on Fox, but like you're the only guy that knows what they're talking about. I swear to God, I was in LA. Yeah. And a guy got me on the street. Like I don't know if it was TMZ or something. He goes, "Are you gonna fight Rich Franklin in Bellator?" What? And I'm like, I swear to God, I'm not even joking with you. Like, this actually happened. I said, is he alive? I don't know. I was like, and you're one of the guys that knows everything about MMA.
Thank you.
You dissect it, and they should be putting you in those spots where they got these guys like Tony Ferguson talking about MMA. It's like, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
And then he started talking smack about me on Twitter. Really? Tony Ferguson. Yeah, he called me a joke. Though.
But think about it. I'm preaching that you should be the guy that's on the elite stuff. Because you're the only one that is, you're the number one guy. And you've been the number one guy for how many years? That's hard to do. Well,
I was on Fox and it was good. I didn't feel like they were giving me opportunities. And then, of course, the bosses got mad. And when I say the bosses, the UFC. Yeah. And then I got blocked on Twitter.
Dana actually blocked you because I seen that. I watched all your videos.
Yeah. He blocked me on Twitter and Instagram.
But it's not like you can't go up to him like, hey, man. Like,
I asked him at the press conference and he said no.
Is that like you guys ever have like a private talk?
Since the whole banning thing, we have not had a private conversation. But I'm good. I'm straight.
Why would they ban you though? Like, because you speak the truth? Hey, it is what it is, man. You're an outlaw now. You got your own show. You're an outlaw.
Look at me.
Yeah, this is mad cool.
I can't complain.
It's probably better than the Fox studios. I don't know. I've never been there.
You said it, not me.
I don't know. I'm just saying. This shit's mad cool.
I could do whatever I want here. The people at Vox treat me very well.
You know what's cool too? You're authentic. You got a bunch of guys that are they're just telling them what to say, and they're just like, all right. And then you ask them about Pride and Pride FC, like Bushido 7. They're like, at least you know what the hell's going on. You know everything.
I am a fan, and that's why I like talking to people like you. But no, my dream always was really to have an interview show. That's all I want to do. Yeah. It's like this, and I wish I lived in a city. Like I love living in New York, but there's not that many people who live here who fight. Yeah. So it's not often that I can have
We
people
should
in the
have like
studio.
a thing where you guys like watch like old Pride videos and like talk about
chill.
it. That'd be cool.
Like Mystery Science Theater.
That'd be
where it's
awesome.
just like our face.
Just talk about old MMA stuff. I used to have when I was growing up. I had every single UFC and like on DVD.
Oh, wow.
All the way to the top and Pride, and I would just watch it. I swer to God, I still have them.
That's
There's a
yeah, I
picture
could
on my
tell when you
Instagram.
were looking at the stuff that you knew it was going
Yeah,
on.
it's on my Instagram. I have every single UFC Pride. I love dissecting.
Greatest fight of all time?
And for me or
Yeah, for
in,
you,
like,
for you, your favorite.
I had like Sakuraba and like Henzo or like Sakuraba and
Tremendous. Sakuraba, I just met him for the first
Did you?
time. Yeah, at the Hall of Fame in
Really?
Vegas. I literally was in awe of him when I was standing next to him.
That's pretty
we,
cool,
We
huh?
did like a scrum interview.
yeah,
Like I felt the greatness
Yeah.
oozing out of him.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Who else was there? There's I think Nogueira and Mark Coleman. Because at the time, Mark Coleman was like, "Who the fuck's gonna beat this guy?" Nogueira
Yeah.
off his back, fucking
Crazy.
triangled him. There's so many good fights. Not Henzo, Sakuraba and Hoist Gracie fight is
That was
legendary.
insane, yeah.
He went to them in their own rules and fought for like 90 minutes. Like,
The Gracie Killer.
fucking
then
crazy.
he
I'm a big
quit.
fan of Sakuraba. I think he's awesome. But there's a lot of great fights. You just hit me on the spot. I don't know. But yeah, that would be cool one day. We get some Pride fights and just watch them
right.
commentate it like Snoop Dogg does on those
Yeah,
videos.
yeah. He's doing it for the UFC tomorrow.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's doing like commentary for their Tuesday night fights thing.
That's
with
pretty
Dana
cool.
White. Him and Uriah Faber, like alternate commentary.
Really?
So we'll see how that goes.
I'll see you Thursday, right?
Thursday, yeah, I'll be there.
Awesome, man.
In the BK in
Awesome.
Brooklyn. Dillon Danis, what a guy. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you for
Thank you,
doing
man. I
it.
appreciate
Good
it.
luck if it happens in August. Keep us
thank you.
posted. And good
I
luck, of
appreciate it
course,
for having me.
ADCC. And then when it's time to do the MMA thing, you'll be back. We'll talk about that.
100%, man.
And,
Thank you so
and
much.
don't listen. You know, you don't need me to tell you, but don't listen to the haters.
Yeah,
you
fuck
know
them
what?
all.
And I agree with you about loyalty. If they're not going to stick with you now, then maybe it's time.
Yeah. Just listen to your circle.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. All those other people, they can talk all they want, but they're not going to pay my bills.
Thank you, Dillon. All the best to you. You can walk out. Our guy is standing by
Cool.
for you right there.
Awesome.
We like to do this on the fly.
Oh, you're still live right now?
Yeah, we're still live.
Oh, shit.
We keep going. We still got some more time. Thank you very much to Dillon Danis as he walks out. We appreciate his time. Often misunderstood, but truly at his core, a great guy. I think you saw that in many respects here, and I really enjoyed talking to him. It's so great to have the longer conversations where we could talk to people and get to know them. It's an amazing thing. I really enjoyed that.